hopefully be going live in a couple of minutes here, as I guess we're waiting for some LMS players.
We're
Actually, no, we are
live!
going live. We're live. It looks like they're running a Kritzkrieg again on LMS, so they're going to opt for that. We'll have to see how that goes.
Numlock opting to go for the choke roller. He's going to take that med pack and finds GDK has spotted him. He's going to just show himself there and drop down. A bit of misinformation, misdirection there from Epsilon. But already Rico has gone down. And is there a pause or have I crashed?
And looks like we've got the best strategy of them all, the dreaded pause. So everyone's going to be riding their bicycles while this runs out. And yeah, like as we were saying earlier, just the scouts seem to be the main thing right now, simply because Reko just got picked off almost instantly. I mean, I don't know, it's pretty bad for a scout. It's one of the worst things for a scout of all classes almost to die early on a rollout. Because if you lose your medic, it's like, okay, well, we can just go really aggressive on them if they're in a bad position and kill their medic and potentially kill their whole team. Whereas if you lose a soldier, it's like, oh, that doesn't really matter that much because, you know, 2 scouts can just like jump around like idiots and get kills. But if you lose a scout early, that means 1, it's a lot harder for you to be as aggressive, and 2, it's harder for you to, you know, protect your team from those bombing players and such. So yeah, Reko getting caught out by Gear and Stefan there.
Just looking at the positions here, it looks like Bash might die. He might take a soldier with him. He's sitting under. Both soldiers from LMS are under here, and they're about to get smashed by Mike. I feel he's just pretty much hovering
he's just
above
looking
them.
there. Yeah, he's just looking there, just riding his little bicycle, ready to assist Bash as he will get taken down. And it's just funny just watching Bash and Ordinator just eyeing each other. It's just like, well, who's gonna shoot first? You talking to me, punk? It's just. We'll have to see what happens, as I wonder who has actually disconnected. Have we got any word on what's happening?
Well, I know Huhy is Lithuanian, that's practically Russian, so he's going to find out what exactly is going on, but there's a little bit of an unpause there. It does look like we're back in the game. Forsaken comes in from behind there, gets a little shot onto Nox, but gets blown skywards. He has managed to survive long enough to pick up the small med pack, but eventually goes down to the sticky of Numlock, so I'm assuming the game is back on and we're good to go, but everybody's ice skating for me. I'm going to record a demo real quick.
Yeah, same for me, as it looks like, yeah, everyone's just taking up the advanced strategy of ice skating, as Mike's just poking in here already, not even with his medic, he's just poking in the lobby, as Epsilon, I guess, want to get really aggressive, because LMS have crits defending, and when you have Uber versus crits, you just want to be aggressive regardless, as LMS are going to opt for a defensive pyro to just try and slow the onslaught that is Epsilon. Nox is AFK. There we go. No, he's not. I don't know. bit of shit talk about Stefan there, I guess. As this pyro is just causing some havoc through the lower door, just being an absolute nuisance, taking Bash down to like 40 hit points. As still waiting for something to happen here, as it looks like Epsilon was the first one to Uber in through the main door, leading on the scout and demo man. Numlock getting taken down first casualty, as the return crits does come in. Not really much happening over GDK getting killed on Stefan, but actually no, he does take down Gear as well, and him and his medic have lived, so that's pretty cool. And Nox is at the forward spawn, so not really much else is going to happen from this crits, as it looks like Mike's actually going to jump in. No, he's going to jump out. He can't decide what he wants to do. Too much MG, and he's out. And oh, Nox can't heal people, so they actually, that was the reason for the pause. And actually, slight advantage for LMS, so I don't know, maybe they'll try and push with that.
Yeah, they're moving up. We've got a pyro on the balcony. This textbook pyro from balcony push seems to be working out alright. He does go down inches from the med pack. Heartbreaking there for Forsaken. I was wondering, was he ever going to change to scout? You know, you need those fast classes if you want to push out, but right now they're going to sit on their massive crit advantage here. And are they going to move? Yes, the crits is coming in up top. GDK finds Nox for the second sticky, and now he gets joggled by a heavy. Some LG aim right there. Does eventually get the heavy with those crit stickies. Can't handle that damage output, even the heavy. And
it looks like Bash and Numlock are going to clean this up. Bash just getting killed on Reko and Waiko the medic, and he's going to kill this scout as well on 40 hit points. No worries, doesn't get taken down quickly by TF. Numlock's going to seal out that door though, so no luck for LMS, as they're stuck on last once again. I wonder if they're going to try for the crits this time, actually try a normal Uber charge. Nope, they're going to run the defensive crits again. It's but you know, hoping to live against Epsilon's Uber and just try and crits out afterwards, but it's a pretty big ask, as actually Ordinator getting a nice pick on TF, and Nox going down as well with a nice kill by Ordinator. And wow, there's like just deaths happening left and right and center. Scout on the point, Waiko is going to miss. And wow, that was pretty chaotic right there, Admirable.
Yeah, Shocky goes down there, tried to hop onto the Greg spot, but does get taken out, and then it looks like they're going to push out from last year. They haven't managed to lose a round yet. This is almost as long as the first map combined, all 5 rounds, but right now they have managed to cap, and they do have crits, and these are the sorts of situations where the Russians actually excel. Whenever there's this sort of longer rounds where a medic survives and you're not quite sure what state the crits is at, they're going to crits in here, and sort of the longer White Glow survives throughout these crits exchanges, the harder it becomes to sort of remember when exactly he has crits, and you might see Epsilon get caught out, but they are trying to work their way in slowly here. They're not going to pop it off. They're clearing stickies, they're going slowly but surely. They managed to pick up 2 players as well, but they have given up on that Uber advantage. And I don't think the Russians are really going to care about that. They seem pretty balls
pretty
out
content,
whenever...
pretty content with taking those picks. It looks like they're going to poke in round to the stroke in the second point. And Mike's going to come in really aggressive with you, but this is going to look disastrous for LMS as they're caught out of position. White Glow does get taken out, and Rekko also another casualty of war as well, as it looks like TF is actually sitting behind them, being a sneaky devil, either looking, I guess, for a pick on Nox, as that's what it seems like he's been doing the whole time, and Ordinator actually coming through the drop down, coming in on Nox, but decides to go for the perfect frag that is himself shooting the drop down. Unfortunate for him there, as Epsilon easily retake that midpoint, and is going to look to push onto the second point with actually a very slight Uber advantage, as TF does die as well.
Yeah, that's a strange decision there. Like, his team aren't really at much of an Uber disadvantage, doesn't need a pick, but he goes in anyway. That guy's also known as Empty, just a little bit of knowledge there, the smiley face guy. All I ever have to say about him in cast is that he's this guy who plays MG and quits anytime you beat him when you're about to win. That's what he's famous for, but he's actually turned into a decent player, it seems. He's made it to the Prem. So there you go, kids. MG is the easy road to the high divs, and Epsilon look like they're going to pick up a round here after some of the finest play we've seen so far from LMS, pushing out from last, only to get smashed on mid there.
Yeah, at least they took mid there. At least they made some progress as opposed to just getting completely rolled. And it's actually been 6 minutes, so yeah, that round almost being as long as the first map there. As I'm going to follow GDK, see if he can get anything done here. As he does go in through the lower main door, he's just trying to look for some damage. Numlock falling straight down towards that floor, so you're just sitting really passively, as lots of damage coming out on LMS's side. Their players are so weak compared to Epsilon. They're already all on white health, not really much damage taken whatsoever, and LMS not even getting any positioning whatsoever on that mid, as Ordinator does get taken down, but Forsaken with a return kill again, as the crits does come in from GDK, does take down Bash. He's looking for more kills. Not really going to happen though, as Epsilon are sneaking out through that drop down area, and they're going to be able to get that Uber up just in time, and should be able to get this middle point pretty comfortably. Admirable, as Forsaken with the huge flank on Nox. Oh my god, Nox is going to be punching himself after dropping that Uber, and Forsaken once again with another kill, but Stefan with a return kill on White Glow. Really nice play by Stefan there to have that kill in the end there, and just lots of kills happening left and right and center. Just a bit scrappy play right now, it seems, which Epsilon will be thriving on, as Mike actually does get taken down by Ordinator. Bash is going to be quick to clean that up though, and that is the midpoint for Epsilon, and that is a Uber reset for both parties, as actually Nox is running the crit streak this time, so double crit streak on each side. It should be interesting to see what happens here. Admirable, this is going to be, I guess, a bit of a shit fest, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's probably the easiest way to play against crits. If you're playing Uber, obviously that's better, but it can be quite mentally consuming to deal with crits and be constantly shitting your pants that you're going to get destroyed, so just go crits. If you can't beat them, join them. Oh, Epsilon can beat them.
With fire, as the scout Forsaken tried to come in for the flank, and he bought enough time for his team to actually come in towards the second point. But Chris popped on both sides. Oh, who's going to get the better end of it? GDK getting knocked, so they're just going to get the slight advantage. That Lumlocker with the air pipe on GDK, going to take him down. But Epsilon up, plenty of players. No one else for LMS. Forsaken's actually going to spawn in time, but no, he's going to get taken down with a quick 1-2 punch from Stefan and Gear, and that brings us to 2-0. And that was a very interesting crit fight we saw there.
Yeah, both demos getting their man. Those crit stickies so powerful. That last middle almost went well for LMS. Like, they got that pick onto Nox, and yet still managed to lose their own medic. If they just sort of sat back for a second and worked on that crit advantage, they could have had a They wouldn't have got rolled so quickly, but right now we're back onto another middle, and the Russians have managed to pick up Shocky. Ordinator gods go down eventually, but the position is pretty good here from Epsilon. They've got the high ground again. The Russians aren't even going to commit. They're not going to contest them. They're going to wait for that crits. Now, will Epsilon remember that it's Crits Creek? Here it comes, and there's two players just standing there on the point. Those are two free frags if they want to push, but they opt not to. They're going to back off. No, they are. Here comes the crit stickies, and Mike is juking him. Like, just using those rockets to great effect to dodge stickies, and this is exactly what Epsilon wanted.
Yeah, not really much happening with that crits there. I mean, I would have, personally, if I were LMS before, I would have stayed into that mid, because they did kill Numlocked in a scout, and like the demo up in mid is really huge. Like, they had all the time to get all the positioning, as actually looks like Epsilon are going to come in through this lower lobby area, going to catch out Ordinator the soldier, and Mike and Numlocked are going to be chasing that medic frantically into last. As no, it looks like Mike is going to consolidate, but he's going to push into last as a 4-time scout. GDK does take down Numlock, and Nox, nice play by him, and Forsaken does clean up Mike, so this is even plays right now, as Forsaken is just playing out of his mind, just getting so many kills just there, and he's going to look to try and take down Gear as well, go for the 4 kill, but does get taken down. Unfortunate for him there.
Gear's going to juke, doesn't get out on 10 HP, but it looks like they will pick up this. Numlocked, it's just spawned. Where is he going to be setting up? We see Bash sniping as well. We're going to see Sniper, Big Door, the whole of Epsilon moving up to Big Door, trying to get that medic pick, take that crits out of the equation. Nox has decided to switch back to Ubercharge here. He's thought twice about going crits against the Russians, man. Can't beat them at their own game.
Yeah, no, not really, as Stefan's a nice kill on Rekko, who was trying to flank there. Yeah, even Uber's on both sides, so we're going to have to see whether GDK can get something better done with this crit streak, as once again it's still 2-0 on the scores in favour of Epsilon, obviously, as coming up on that 90% crit streak, GDK really frantic to get this crits up, as you're going to come in through this low right door, he's charging up that sticky, crits is popped, but doesn't matter, Nox is dead anyway, they just need to protect their medic now, LMS do that is, as the scout is going through this lower lobby, just being a nuisance, as White Dog does get taken down with a rocket from Gear. As Bash and Stefan look like they're just going to run rounds all over the LMS, as actually no, they just decide to cap that second point, the smart thing to do, as looks like LMS just overcommitting their players there, the demo man getting taken down extremely late. Epsilon are just going to push off that, no problem whatsoever, as another kills coming in left and right again for Epsilon. This is just going to be an easy last push for them at this rate, as GDK is not up for another 5 seconds.
Here come Epsilon, they're gonna walk through main and take a lot of damage as a consequence. Already a scout on the point coming in from water there, that is Bash gonna get the cap. And again we saw a situation where it looked like LMS might have been able to make something happen. Nox is unprotected there, both soldiers were trying to fight on balcony, they were really scared of the crits, they were looking out for it, but they were all looking up when the Russians came in from the floor. And on to another middle. I hope GDK does try and contest this a little bit more than just sitting back and waiting for crits, and he is going forward at least for now, but he does decide to back off. Forsaken onto Numlock there, that's huge. And in comes the bomb from Gear, he's onto 3 HP, doesn't get anything done, but does a lot of damage to Empty, who does go down. Scout behind, jukes in and out. And Bash is going to dance around here right in the face of Rico, who says, sits him down with a scar gun.
Yeah, just...
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Just playing a more ancient version of TF2, as they're just all the heals just sitting the whole time. As GDK coming in with the crits, gonna try and catch Epsilon off though. None of that, as quick counter over coming in from Epsilon. This is just has to be hunting that medic. Get that. And Gear taking him down there. The players to live out of that massacre, and yeah, things looking dire as TF with a huge drop down play killing Nox and Stefan. I didn't even see that coming at all. I thought he was just gonna, you know, casually nod off and die, but potentially salvaging the round for his team right there, as Numlocked was sitting on the point, I guess trying to set up some sneaky sticky trap, as he gets caught out by Rekko, and Rekko actually dominating Bash, so pulling his own weight, as Mike comes in through the lobby, tries to get some love on the demo and the medic there, but not really much happening out of that, as Gear is going to get forced out here as well, but not before Stefan has anything to say about it. Quick 3-shot on GDK, the demo man, and Stefan another kill on the medic solo as well. Really good play by him, just showing why he's one of the best scouts in the game by far.
Yeah, he's just constantly running into Rico and Whiteglow, and GDK and Whiteglow, and so often it's just those two alone. Like you say, they are playing that sort of pocket demo man, but coming up round corners against scouts, especially the way like Gear basically baited them out and just created that opportunity for Stefan. Just getting punished time and time again, and I wish they just had a little bit extra protection there. If there was another player just in the combo, like a soldier or a scout, either would do. Just someone to stop their medic from dying all the time. I'm sort of confused by the way LMS are playing. Like, they're running crits, which is this incredibly aggressive strategy. Wygo and GDK go down again. I haven't only just spawned. Nox is alive. That's going to be an Uber advantage, but he's got no one to heal because Mike is juking out in the lobby here. Does eventually get taken out, but that will mean that they can push out here, but big Uber disadvantage. But sort of what I was going to say is that like they're playing this super aggressive strategy and running Kritzkrieg, but they're so sloppy at executing it or actually being aggressive with it. Like we saw in that last middle, if they'd actually just pushed straight away, they would have killed Nox before he had Uber, but they just sort of pussied out with their implementation of the Kritzkrieg. I'm just I've got my head in my hands here, man. I'm disappointed because I think they could win rounds.
Yeah, no, they definitely could. It just seems like they're not prepared to. I guess like they've already, like as we were saying, they pretty much already given up the game before they even start. Yeah, they don't believe. They need to believe. That's the thing about crits. It actually is a lot harder to execute, contrary to what people think. As it looks like Epsilon are coming in actually through this choke. GDK getting some decent spam on him. He's gonna have this crits charge now. As he is looking for Nox, but he's not gonna hit the sticky on him. As Wygo does get taken out with quick rocket and pipe by Numlock, and Numlock actually does get taken out, so a bit of a consolation prize for LMS there, as they're going to be dropping more and more players. They need to stop losing players really late, I feel, is one of the main things right now, because they just keep dropping players when they're late, as Uber is forced on Epsilon's side. GDK going to get another kill on Gear, as it's only the combo for Epsilon, and LMS actually have some decent spawns. They can contest this, as Forsaken with a nice headshot on Mike, that's going to tell him to GTFO, as Epsilon are going to treat him to middle, but they still have their medic alive, so they will be charging that Uber up. I actually will have a slight advantage versus the Kritzkrieg of LMS, as hopefully I'd like to see LMS try and push here, because Epsilon are actually pretty weak, and you know, hopefully the man was calling that, as Forsaken with a nice body shot on Nox, so hopefully we're going to see something interesting happening here, Admirable.
Yeah, and it's a situation where Epsilon can't really just go instantly aggressive and try and trade medics. They're walking through choke here, they've got a lot of protection. Now in comes the soldier bomb once they're in that open airspace, but nice protection there, and their medic will survive. He does pick up that med pack. That's Wygo sitting with that full charge now. Nox is just respawned. Will the sniper push up? Forsaken does push up, but doesn't manage to find the dome of everybody's favourite French medic, Nox. But this scout has been spotted though, and he might get caught. Shockey's on half HP here. He's just dancing around, as Shockey does, and he's met up with his medic. But they have to be fearful of this crit. It's quite an aggressive position from Nox. He needs to stay back a little bit. If that door opens and a crit sticky comes in, he's dead.
Oh, sniper battles happening here. It looks like AWP Indian Counter-Strike round. Has LMS actually coming in through this high left area, the river, as the soldier is coming in with the crits. Crits is actually used, but Epsilon have wrapped around. Numlock actually does get taken out. He's one casualty. Gear does get taken out as well. But Nox should have got out there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he should have gotten out to last. As looks like the sniper is actually going to solo cap that. And there we go. There's a round. So good on LMS for at least getting around, as looks like Epsilon will, I guess, were toying with them there that round, Admirable.
Yeah, we've got a game in our hands, and this is sort of comes into that pattern of LMS going crits whenever things are down. Quite often you do see them coming back whenever teams get a little bit complacent. Maybe this could be the beginning of something beautiful, and right now we're going to see Gear get focused down here pretty much instantly. That was slightly poor timing, and the sniper didn't help either. Shockey getting destroyed, no protection for Gear there on his bomber, no follow-up. And Epsilon have been forced out here. The crits is about to come up as well. They are going to push ahead. I love this. They're going straight for it. Now I have to find the position of Nox. He's already up top. He doesn't have charge yet. He's on 95%. He will get it in time though, but this is going to be no preemptive crits. Like, easily GDK could have spammed the crit stick up there before Nox got Uber, but he waits again, and now the Uber has come in. And they're
this
not
is going to be a massacre for LMS, as they do lose their medic. Dash does take down GDK as well. And the soldier coming in and trying for a glory kill on Nox, but that doesn't happen. Nice defensive play by Bash and Stefan, as Forsaken hiding behind the rock does get bottled by Numlock. And yeah, Rekka actually coming in for the back happy. He's just going to try and be a nuisance, but there's not really much going to happen from that, as Mike is going to do a double rocket jump to try and chase him quickly, as it does take him down. So yeah, once again, LMS in up shit creek, I guess you could say, Admirable, as their demo man just does get taken down, but he did at least trade for Numlock, so that's something.
Yeah, that's going to have to do for now. It's Nox sitting on 60%. It's still crits here from White Glow, but it doesn't look like LMS want to contest this point. It's tough to try and block from that lower position as well. They don't have the high ground. There's a sniper up there, Forsaken, trying to find a scout or medic. And I think that is basically their battle plan for the time being. Try and get a pick here, try and get lucky with that sniper. And it's not happening, they're going to back up. But Forsaken goes for another shot in lobby, and now he's going to die. But he does get the Uber Force here. Nox was scared, decided to pop off instead. The crits comes in on Riverside, but position of White Glow is known by all of Epsilon as they bomb around that corner and get that medic pick. It's going to be 3 on 4 here. Only 2 remain. Rico and GDK not in there to block the point. Epsilon with a quick response to that last round.
Yeah, Stefan and Bash just went absolutely bananas with that. They just did so much damage. Like, like just meat shot after meat shot on the whole team of LMS. Just, it's just obviously a tough ask. We're gonna have to see if LMS, you know, play a bit more tighter on this rollout. As GDK once again opting for that lower side rollout. He's gonna actually walk up the right side. I like this, a lot more aggressive, taking down the scouts who were pretty much unassisted there. Numlock does take down Rekko in return though, and Epsilon's positioning actually extremely aggressive, already sitting in this gully area, and it does work as they do take down the medic White Glow, and Forsaken and GDK are the only ones left, and I don't think much is going to happen here as Numlock decides to take a little casual trip into some stickies, so I don't know, maybe he just favoured the scenic route, Admirable, into some stickies.
No pressure on Numlock at all in that middle. Like, I like the fact that LMS tried to make a play for position on the right side, but they had no one on their team, like not the roamer, not a scout, or anyone really trying to distract Numlock so they could help, and he just literally walked across the point and destroyed them with stickies. And Forsaken didn't have as much luck on that mid as he did last time as Sniper. And I guess you really are just gambling when you're running a Sniper on mid, and it hasn't paid off this time, but it is going to be a full Uber charge here for Epsilon. They can pop it off any time they want, and if they knew the Russians were just sitting there in the lobby, they might just go for it, and they have. In comes Numlock. He's going to unleash 8 stickies and 4 pipes. He's wasting most of them trying to get White Glow. He does eventually kill him, and he drops that crits Krieg. Wouldn't it have even mattered?
Yeah, Numlock almost reliving horror stories of him playing against Maryland there, just using all his ammo to kill him and not ending up to kill him, as Forsaken does go for a glory kill on Nox, but that doesn't happen, and Nox does get the revenge kill there on him. And 5-1, this is 9 minutes to go. It looks like, there you go, heavy sniper to mid. I called it happen eventually, and there you go. It looks like Epsilon's own strategy is getting used against them, so this will be interesting, Admirable.
Yeah, it's actually not the worst. It can be pretty effective, especially if your opponent doesn't know how to handle it. See, instant frag there onto Numlock, and even without the heavy here, I would expect Epsilon probably retreat from that one. But White Glow goes down. Shocky just runs in there, picks up the medic, even in the face of a heavy. And LMS are walking away from the point. Now they're coming in, trying to
oh my God,
team up here to take out Mike. No Mike's here. I'm scared of Mike.
That's running an engineer. There's actually a sentry going up on the lower side of middle here, as he does go for a pistol on Mike, the bombing soldier. Forsaken does take him down though with a nice body shot, as Epsilon is still contesting this because they do have massive Uber advantage. The other team isn't even close. Numlock didn't even see that soldier jump in his face. Not very good awareness by him there, as he's going to walk into the sentry. He's going to take that down with 2 quick stickies, and Stefan's going to just +4 with the remainder of the Uber, but not going to get much else out of that, as White Glow does have at least a 50% Uber advantage, as, yeah, once again, LMS just dropping players late. Rekko just getting taken down there, albeit running the engineer, which is a bit of a silly decision, but still dying there late, which is just no presence for his team on this point, as the heavy actually is going to come in there, but he's going to get taken down quickly by the meat shots of Bastion, Stefan. White Glow is stuck here up in this riverside, but he's going to get killed by Gear, and yeah, looks like this is pretty much going to be the end of it, Admirable, as it is 5-1 in favour of Epsilon. They only need 1 more round, and LMS only up 3 players, as Epsilon is storming into this last point. Rekko, though, with constellation kill on Gear, not likely he's going to take down Forsaken, and that's going to be game.
6-1, and they actually managed to last 22 minutes there, 30 seconds. Not bad, not bad. I mean, maybe bringing the game into a bit of disrepute with stuff like NG onto middle, but it's their decision. But as the ETF2L Premiership Ambassador, you know, I'm sort of disappointed. I might have to sit these teams down and talk to them. People are tuning in here to watch some high-level TF2, and that's what they bring me. What?
Yeah, no, that was a bit disappointing there. I mean, I like how they decided to eventually be aggressive on rollouts, but if they'd done it a lot earlier, they could have potentially gotten a couple, at least more rollouts or even rounds there, because, I don't know, we just saw, I think it was on the second to last round, that they actually had a successful rollout. They just went really aggressive and just took down those scouts early. And, LMS didn't lose too many early players. It just seemed that, they were just playing a game, I guess, of 6-player soap DM, and Epsilon were just playing a full-fledged actual game of competitive TF2, just with really good coordination and teamwork there.
Yeah, but they lost the game before they even joined the server. They didn't believe, man. They didn't believe. They didn't have the champion mindset. But that will wrap it up for hoping to cast Vinland against that other team.
BFF.
Oh, was it BFF? Yeah, Nerd Party, you're right. And that didn't happen, so that's going to be coming up sometime soon. I don't think I'm going to be casting any time in the near future. Or actually, there is a I-49 show match coming up this Sunday and next Sunday. Check out teamfortress.tv for the full details of that. I might be involved in that. But it's been a pleasure to cast with you, Yuki. I hope we can do this again sometime.
No, it's been fun. Hopefully the duo of Jameses can unite again for another cast, because it was definitely a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get a game that is a bit closer next time, so we can talk a lot of shit, hopefully.
Yeah, I had fun. This was good. You guys should all check out crackclan.com as well. YouTube channel, Twitter, the store. Buy our crappy merchandise, please, please. I had to do that. Maybe you want to promote something like the amazing Yuki demo reviews.
I've got a thread on TFTV. It's just called Yuki's Demo Reviews. I do demo reviews pretty regularly. I haven't done them for a while, but I will be catching up to the ones that I have missed. That's pretty much it. Don't really have any shoutouts apart to everyone that was watching. We actually had, I think, peaked at about 390 viewers. So that was pretty awesome for a steamroll game. So really awesome.
Yeah. We should check out huhy as well, because we're just like arrogant casters. We never remember the cameraman and all the people who do the production.
Yeah, the unsung hero.
Check out the huhy there. Also, guys, check out i49.tf. Put that into your web browser, and you'll be brought up to the Indiegogo donations page. I think we need another $3,000. I've already donated a little bit. I might have to, break out my wallet again, blow out the cobwebs in there. Haven't given all my money to cancer kids. But that's going to be coming up this Saturday and this Sunday and next Sunday, I think. So there's going to be big things happening in that promotion drive. But please send an American team to I-49, and please send an Australian team. You can handle that one, right?
Yeah, we'll be hoping to go. Like we've been discussing that even if we don't get there with management support, we will be pursuing other methods, be it some little small fundraiser of our own, or talking to I guess you could say some people in the Australian TF2 community that have money laying around. So look out if you've got a lot of money. We might be chasing you if you're not careful.
I don't want to state the obvious, but isn't Saxton Hale Australian? Can you not just ask him?
Yeah, we probably could. I mean, he doesn't wear any clothes, so he's got all this money laying around that he hasn't spent on clothes that he could spend on sending us there. So, yeah, I think I should be able to call my good friend Saxton Hale, give us just a sneaky little $10,000 to send us to a little Team Fortress 2 gathering.
Or even Robin Walker, just get your begging bowl out, man. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely an Australian angle to play here, but I guess we can wrap things up for now. Huhy, he needs to go to bed and weave baskets, whatever it is he does. So thank you and good night.